How y'all doing tonight? I hope everybody had a good day so far. I hope I can make it a little better. I'm from the big city of Florence, South Carolina. It's right down the road by our house. Anybody in from Florence? No. Okay. People from Florence don't travel out of Florence, so that's too big space. How many of y'all, before y'all came to this restaurant, what do y'all used to do? Are y'all like me? Do y'all research restaurants online now these days? No? Yeah. You kind of do. You want to know, right? So I went and looked up this restaurant online, and I swear, from the restaurant I made an observation. I said, this looked like they took Arnold's Diner from Happy Days and moved it down to Myrtle Beach. And just put it down here. And I swear from this crowd night, it looked like y'all was on Happy Days. So. But the young ladies, y'all have aged gracefully. But I ain't gonna say nothing about the men because I don't care about them. All right, with that being said, like a lot of things what I realize is when I come into a new restaurant, I like to study the menu like I'm studying for a final exam. I need to know exactly what's up there. A lot of times, because one thing I like about this restaurant is, because if y'all been here a while and y'all drive up and down that strip, Myrtle Beach is the home of the buffets. And I hate buffets. Because with a buffet, a lot of times if I go up one time, they see me, they're going to swear I've been up there 20 times and I'm trying to close down the spot. And then a lot of times they think I came in with a size 32 waist, and just right there in a matter of moments I just expanded. The other thing I hate about restaurants is like dating and making plans for a restaurant, because I was married and one Valentine's, I planned a Valentine's trip that weekend, right? But I didn't know you got to do a Valentine's dinner on Valentine's Day. A lot of y'all fellas, y'all made that mistake before, right? That's just me. I made that mistake, so at the last minute, I had to go out to a restaurant. And you know on Valentine's Day, you can't get any reservations. So none whatsoever. So I ended up, one of my buddies told me about this restaurant called Table 21. I went to Table 21 and I said, okay, I just gotta go. Went in there, they had some European type food, and the ticket was $100 per person. I said, man, this is the price I gotta pay for not preparing. But what that restaurant told me is, with restaurants like Table 21, Steak 48, Prime 112, the numbers on the end is how many hours of overtime you gotta work to pay that tab on. So, with that being said, like I said, I'm recently divorced. When the pain, oh, so all the divorced people give it up there. Everybody always say all the comfort, all the divorced people give it up. Well, for me, the pandemic hit, and the only thing my wife ever listened to was the CDC when they said it was time to socially distance, and she socially distanced from me. I talked to her the other week, and she told me, she said, I'm happy we've healed now. I said, I'm about as healed or as fixed as a 85 Buick with a slipping transmission and oil. With that being said, it ain't too hard, but one thing that I realize now, and I see a lot of y'all out here dating, right? Y'all like dating, right? See, I'm out here dating again, and I'm trying some new strategies, right? And some of y'all, these are strategies apply to some of y'all, because one of my strategies is I'm looking for an auntie. Now, I've been dating all my life and invested in young ladies and women and stuff like that, and I pay for everything from car payments to apartments to clothes. I even paid for building funds for churches they went to. Unfortunately, even God didn't help me out in finding the right one to ever get. So it ain't nothing to be sad over, but what I realize is I want to be in a relationship with a young lady that when I go to work, I can tell everybody at work, like women do it. If y'all ever work with a woman and her man take care of everything, y'all heard this before. I ain't got to pay nothing at home but the cable bill. If you get mad at work, man, I ain't got to take this day. I'm going home. I got my husband to take care of me. Well, sometimes it don't work like that. I'm looking for an auntie, but that might not work out for me. Another thing I realize is I don't identify as a lesbian, but I've been identified as a lesbian. Now, if you look at me, I do have a girlish figure. One night I was at a comedy club, and it was like, all the big bitches give it up for yourself, and I just said that. They were like, all the women that shop at Lane Bryant, give it up for yourself, and I just said that. It was a woman comedian on stage, and she looked at me, and I could tell she was getting mad. She said, all the women that cook good Sunday, just give it up for yourself. And they gave it up for themselves, and eventually she approached me. She said, why the hell are you not giving it up for yourself? I said, because I'm not a woman. But with that said, I'm willing to understand that with this girlish figure, I can be a lesbian though. I'm a little bit of a lesbian plus. See, the plus part is, my meat is plant-based. And at the end of the day, this body right here does help me in other ways too. I'm gonna be real with you. Because I hate to say this, but men, y'all kind of nasty in the public restrooms. Sometimes y'all go in the public restroom and y'all don't look, y'all just ain't. Sometimes, I remember one time, I'm guilty of this too. One time I had to use the bathroom, I went to the public restroom, and time I walked in the door, I started peeing. But I realized it was the janitor closet. But these days, when I really got to use the restroom, I stick out my chest and my middies, and I walk right into the women's restroom. I know it's nice and clean and stuff like that. With that being said, now let me tell y'all a little bit about myself. I've been big all my life. I was born prematurely, so about 30 days I might have been small, but after that it's been uphill for me. In the 3rd grade, they used to walk us down and they used to weigh us, get the height, do an eye test and ear test, mainly so when they call your parents, you can't complain, they can't say that your kid didn't hear me or anything like that. So I got on the scale that day, right? In 3rd grade, I weighed in as a heavyweight contender. In 3rd grade, I could have fought Mike Tyson. Now, with that being said, now, in school, my nemesis was the desk. They made the desk for 90-pound kids, and I'm 2-something in the 3rd grade. So, now, with that, I would get to school early on the first day, and I'd pick out the big desk besides the teacher desk. Oh, I'll pull out everything and have it set up, say, I'm good this year. Slowly and behold, a couple minutes later, somebody will come rolling in, and they'll say, Mr. Baker, you got to get out that desk. From that day, I realized we need handicap parking, and we need fatty cap parking. Up front, handicap parking, behind that, fatty cap parking, then the pregnant women and the vets will park behind us. Well, as the school year went on, my parents would start getting called. Mr. Baker's sleeping in class, Mr. Baker's sleeping in class. I would tell my parents, I'm not sleeping in class. The desk is cutting off my circulation and I'm passing out. But I made it through luckily. One thing is that my parents taught me how to be persistent. That was one of the key things. They put, as a chubby kid, you put your chubby kids in sports, and some of y'all know that. So they put me in the great American pastime of baseball. And I was good at baseball because I could always hit the ball. I had good hand-eye coordination. Now the running was something else. I wouldn't buy all that. But I would knock a home run, and they'd give you. Back then, you knock a home run, you get a Snickers. I got a Snickers, and I was happy. So I moved up to the next league the next year, and the coach had this new thing called cardio. He was like, Mr. Baker, before practice, everybody got to run around the track. Now me, I looked at the coach the first practice, I ain't move a leg. I just sat there. And he was a white coach, and I'm a little chubby black kid. He didn't know what to say to me, so he just let me sit there. So, the next practice came out. A tall black stranger that looked something like me, my dad showed up. Now my dad was a southern gentleman, used to wear shirts and ties. Well, he showed up this practice with slacks on, with some Stacey Adams on, and a golf shirt. what y'all know is a wife beat. That was a sign to me. So the coach said, we about to run around the track. I said, okay, I already know what this is. This is set up. I got out there and I started walking. I said, I'm gonna teach them, I'm gonna walk around this track. I started walking around the track, and white people, I understand what y'all say when y'all say, when black people pop up behind y'all, y'all get scared. I'm walking around the track, taking my time, pop up behind me, my dad with a belt. He started beating me, and I started running. I swear I made the Olympics that day. With that being said, how many of y'all had any COVID issues? I had COVID too. That was a little scary. But one thing with COVID, I always said in life, if I have to have a sucker dick or die, I'll die. Well, I got put in the hospital with COVID. They gave me this little apparatus. They said, all you gotta do is suck in and watch the little ball rise. That'll save your life. I hate to tell y'all, I sucked to save my life. I was traumatized by that because as you suck, stuff get all loose in your chest, I realized I'm a spitter. Oh Lord, I'm still in therapy over that. That was one of those strange days. But I thank y'all tonight. Y'all have a good night.
For a man going right there. Yes. We're going to have a good time tonight already. We got to get started. We got a special guest tonight. He wasn't even on the flyer. He wasn't even on the card. He wasn't nothing. He called me up yesterday and he was like, dude, I got to get on that card. And he was like, I was like, all right, shoot. We can get you on this. We can make it happen. And he said, but I need you to help me do something. He's one of my good friends. So make sure you take care of him and laugh at his jokes and everything. But he called me up yesterday and he was like, listen, and he's like, can you pick